Just wow, wow. So a couple of days ago, we had the first Republican presidential debate. We had two of them, one with the bottom seven and the kids table, and one with the top 10, the big boys, the big boys. So the top 10, they had theirs moderated by a few individuals, which includes Megyn Kelly. She was the only woman on the panel. Normally, I wouldn't point that out, but it goes into this story. Now, essentially, she asked Trump about comments he had made towards women and sexism and all that, and he claimed that he only made them towards Rosie O'Donnell, which she said was false, and tried to support her argument against him. Um, Shortly after this debate was over, though I guess not immediately after, just in between, up until now, he goes on, I guess, CNN and has an interview with them and says that she was bleeding out of her wherever, and now people are thinking he was referring to her having a period. And it really, I mean, I'm kind of laughing at it, but it's just the idea that he had 9 men on that field that he was supposed to be competing against. He has another, there's a woman in the bottom right, Fiorina, and then the other 6 guys. Megyn Kelly's not running. And every other person he's insulted has been, for better or for worse, an opponent in getting the nomination. So wherever he thought that this was a step in the right direction to insult somebody that's not even, she poses no threat to him whatsoever. It's just so idiotic and uncalled for that I can't even put into words or even speak properly when talking about it. Because, I mean, the sexism comments that she tried to address with him are now, in hindsight, only furthered by the fact that he made this, regardless of what his intent was, it's not hard to find, to figure out, or even come to the conclusion that he was referring to her being on her period. And that comment will be seen and is being seen as something that is derogatory towards women or misogynistic, just more sexism. So he's just digging himself deeper. And I guess really what bothers me the most about this is I think this might be the first thing he's done that people are actually upset about on a just general level. Probably not everybody, but some. But my whole thing is that he did even worse things earlier with giving out Lindsey Graham's phone number. That was the worst thing up until now. Probably I would figure. But it's just the idea that you can get away with that, and just now not get away with this. I mean, I'm not saying that his comments were anything to approve of, but if his poll numbers drop significantly after this, I'm just gonna just shake my head like I've done right now, because really after that phone number incident, that was when the popularity should have faded a little bit or just dwindled. Instead, it didn't. Many people tried to ignore it or just not think heavily about it. I've never thought of my commander in chief giving out people's numbers and making comments about women like that. I mean, they tried to fault Obama for saying that Attorney General of California, Kamala Harris, was the best looking Attorney General. And, it was a similar reaction of, oh, that misogynistic president. He's so bad. He's talking about her looks rather than her accomplishments. He's awful. But then you have this man, Trump, who's said something that, I mean, what I'm trying to say is that these reactions are so similar, it's almost scary. Now, was the president right? Maybe not, but, I mean, it's a compliment. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that there's a time and place for every type of criticism, but some I just can't see. And I couldn't see him getting backlash from saying somebody looked good. But even with that being said, going back to Trump, I can't. It's the same type of reaction. That's really why I brought it up, where women are talking about how it's regarding looks or just being female or anything relating to that. And so I feel that he's really done himself a disservice. And I'm I'm just gonna wait and see if the election turns out differently. Because I really find it hard to believe that he's still, after doing this, after doing the phone number giveaway, all of that, and his comments about Hispanics, he's still leading. He is still leading. I mean, I'm just sitting over here, just looking at these bar graphs, just going, wow, just like that. Because it makes no sense to me how somebody can do all of what he's done and just, oh man, I gotta vote for him. I'm voting for Donald Trump. Oh yeah. No, I don't get it. I don't see why anybody has any interest in him, or had any interest in him before the Lindsey Graham thing. I mean, yeah, I laugh at him. I've said stuff he's done is funny, but I not one time during this whole process have I thought about voting for him, and that's really just because of all of his actions. They don't strike me as anything that, I mean, I can't think of a person I want in that office giving out somebody's number publicly to people that rally to support him while insulting them. Yeah, Graham insulted him first, but get over it. And Megyn Kelly didn't even really insult him. She was just reading off a list and saying that what he said was a lie, which I guess you could say she's calling him a liar, but even that, it's hard to believe. So I can't wait to see how this ends. I'm really excited. I'm gonna turn on Fox every day. Just it's gonna see what she says on the Kelly file. It's gonna be so interesting. I can't wait. I'm just so excited. It's gonna be great.